Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And what we're going to talk about for today is about ancestors, angels, highly advanced beings, spirit guides, and spirit animals. What are these creatures? And what do they have to do with who you are? And the first thing I desire to begin with is simply this. You have to understand that what you manifest, you create. And you created everything as one on this planet that you see today. So the spirit gods that are the spirit animals, anything of spiritual descent, ancestors or whatnot that is in your life is due to what you've created already or what you are creating in your experience that you call life. So, what is the definition of spirit guide? In a sense, spirit guide in the Webster is simply this: an often malevolent being that is bodiless but can become visible. Now, of course, not all beings of that nature will become visible. Some of them you will feel their energy, some of them you may see, some of them will be watching, of course. Hence why you have spirit animals. Some of them will be in different directions. It just all depends on where it all goes. So, let's talk about what do these spirits all do in their own essence, in their own creation. For example, when we talk about your ancestors, ancestors are passed down due to lineage, due to family and whatnot, of being who you are in this waking moment, the person you are today. And many of these spirits can be in multiple places at once. And you might be thinking, how is that possible? Because just like you are a soul, they too are omnipresent. They can be with you and elsewhere. They can be a different person and still be the same person that is with you right now. Your ancestors can guide you in many ways of being comfortable with who you are, being comfortable with what you cherish, your history of who you are being in this waking moment. Even many of them can be ancestors who are not a part of your lineage, but perhaps other lifetimes that are connected to you, that are who you are in this waking moment. Angels. Angels, of course, as you know, guardian angels or whatnot, can watch over you to protect you from certain situations, protect you from certain things that are going on that might be out of your control. But it all depends on if you allow these angels to be in your life or whatnot. Some angels, of course, watch because of the fact of how close they may be to you or how they've been watching you and showing themselves towards you. Some it might take time. I know even in my experience, there have been times where there have been spiritual beings who have been watching me, including guardian angels, where there could have been things that should have happened to me, never did because of what is around my energy. Highly advanced beings. Now, we have talked before about highly advanced beings and what they are, the differences between humans and highly advanced beings. Highly advanced beings, though, some of them a lot of them may come from different dimensions. Of course, many of them come from this universe as well, but highly advanced beings are simply beings that think on a higher advantage of themselves when it comes to peace, love, kindness, whether it comes to even the stuff that we have on our own planet. It's a lot better for them because of the fact that it works for the entire whole, all the entire world of those people, both the individual and the whole, to make sure everyone's okay, whether it's politics, whether it's finances, whether it's family, whether it's physicality, whether it's mentality, whether it's emotions, whether it's spirituality. It all works out in the end for them. And many of them will help you if you allow them to come forth. If you ask for them to come forth, they will come forth. It is simply like how I remember being told in the sense. It's simply like someone leaving their door open for you to come in. And they are willing to give you tea. They're willing to give you coffee. They're willing to give you sandwiches and snacks. But it's your choice on if you're willing to take that. It's your choice if you're willing to go through that door. It's your choice if you're willing to accept those snacks or drinks in any sense. If you're willing to accept it, then that is what you're choosing in that journey. It does not mean there is a good or bad to that side. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't choose it, then you don't choose it. There were many times I didn't choose highly advanced beings to help me in my own life and creation of who I am being. There are many times I did. It's all a choice of whatever you're creating in that waking moment. Spirit guides. Spirit guides, as it's simply known, are here to guide you into where you desire to be. When you are understanding your spirit guides and whatnot, they are usually helping you because of the simple fact of where you desire to really go. Many people may desire to go somewhere that's better for them, but they may be in the wrong places. And there are certain events that might happen. Maybe it's a certain situation where you're about to get a home or something. You never got it, and that was the home you desired, and you're upset about it. But perhaps there was a reason because you're being guided to something even much better than that. You might meet someone and think they're the best thing that happens, and you guys get in arguments, and it doesn't work out for you guys in the end, and you think maybe that nobody else can be better. There's nothing you can do. And maybe you're guided towards something that was already better. Maybe you had to go through that to find something that was better suited for who you are. And these are just examples of what spirit guides you with. You're being guided with that. And that's why I would say people take patience with yourself. You may feel you're not in the right position, or you might not be where you say you desire to go in life. Take time to yourself. Know the self within so you know the self without. And you won't have to worry about those situations, especially with those spirit guides that are helping you and guiding you to where you say you desire to be. Now, of course, the last one, spirit animals. Spirit animals can be many of things. They can also be guides. They can also be protectors. They can also be watchers of who you are as a person. And many spiritual animals, it depends on the person, of course. For example, mine being the falcon and the crow. The falcon and the raven. And many of these animals watch due to not only my personality, but just how I am as a person and how I treat myself as a person. These animals are always around me, constantly, all the time, but they're often watching me. And the reason they do that is because, just like myself, I am in observance of people from a distance to understand who they are. The falcon will go around in circles constantly in the air, searching for prey as he watches and scavenges the skies. The raven will do the same thing. It won't go around circles, but it will go into the sky to see what's in the surrounding area. Whether it's an animal, maybe it's a lion, maybe it's a tiger, maybe it's a bear, maybe it's an owl, maybe it's a mouse. It could be any amount of things. Understanding that connection of who you are, that spiritual animal, you will feel it within who you are. And that is the connection I truly have with self. So, last but not least, so we've gone over these different spiritual beings and whatnot. But there is one thing I do desire to leave you with before this. There is another one. We've gone through 5. There was 6. And the 6th one is just the added bonus. The 6th one being the higher self. Now, the reason why I made this the bonus is because this is you. when we talk about going within self, it isn't just because of the fact that some people may think it's silly or anything. It is to understand who you are. Because if you think your first thought being, what would you think of yourself at your highest form? How would you think of yourself? And you guys, do tell me that. How would you think of yourself? Put that in the description down below and tell me, if you were thinking your highest thought, your most loving, your most peaceful, your most happy, your most kindest thought of self, how would you treat yourself? How would you move accordingly, being your higher self? The higher self also guides you because it helps you in creating the future that you said you desire to be in. Whether it's having wife, children, and maybe a house or whatnot. Maybe it's to go further and beyond. Maybe you desire to read more. Maybe you desire to be more intelligent. And maybe you don't feel that way, but your higher self would probably tell you otherwise. Maybe you simply desire to go on adventures. Maybe you desire to do something extraordinary or extraordinary. Maybe you desire to truly know who you really are. That is the purpose of the higher self. Now, for all these beings, they can also work as being part of your memories. Now you might be thinking, my memories, how's that work? Many of us, if anything, because of who we are as souls, souls cannot die. Your body, however, can die. Yes, that's true. But your soul cannot, because you are not your body, you are your soul, creating a three-part being of body, mind, and soul that allows you to form who you are today. Because of that, you live several lifetimes in different parts, in different events, and different beings of who you are. These parts and beings of you still live on one way or another and can live on with you in the life you're in right now. So they can be a part of you even at this very moment if you so choose to allow them in your life as part of who you are becoming. And even for me, there are many memories I have of different beings and whatnot that are who I am, but they are part of my life one way or another. But it all depends on you. And what I would like to leave with people before we end this is simply this. Do realize also that what you create brings those types of beings forth. If you are malicious in energy, you will bring up malicious beings that will feed on that type of energy or will cause effect to that type of energy. If you are a person of love and kindness, maybe you desire to uplift yourself, grow yourself, become more of who you truly are. You will meet beings like that that will come forth, both in the physical and both non-physical world of who you are being. They will come forth. So you have to be careful with what you think, what you say, because you will create that. That is why I said in the beginning, remember that you manifest. You manifest and create what created this planet. And what creates this planet creates those beings that are in your life. So, what does this have to do with the soul? What it has to do with the soul is if you so choose to have beings to help you along your journey for where you desire to go, then allow that to be so. But even if you don't, be careful what you say, not only to yourself, not only out loud to others, so that you can move forward in your journey of becoming the most beautiful, the most amazing, the most kind, the most divine, the most magnificent beings you all are, as the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So, to everybody out there, have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. To everybody, Peace and Namaste.